Hey, what's going on, guys? Sean Mathis here, CEO and founder of SureFire Digital Media. If you're on this page and watching this video, then chances are pretty good that you're an insurance agent and you are looking for a way to aggressively grow your new business. And you've probably been burned a time or two for lead providers. So you're probably watching this with a skeptical eye. And I totally understand and appreciate that. Listen, I'm going to be brief with this video, but I also want to be thorough. And I want you to truly understand what separates what we're doing from any other lead provider out there and why this has been so beneficial for insurance agents all over the country. So what I want to do is kind of show you some examples of what it is that we do and really help you understand the process of how we generate leads, because ultimately that's what's going to separate our leads from other lead providers. Let me start by saying that I don't believe in a bad lead. I don't believe that there's a such thing as a bad lead, unless, of course, the person provided bad contact information and somebody gives you a lead to a deceased person or gives you a phone number that doesn't work. Obviously, that's a bad lead. And also, if somebody, fills out a form, to buy a boat, and then they have somebody calling them to sell them a truck, right? But as far as if it's a true insurance lead, that's provided to you, I don't believe that there's a bad lead. I believe that there's leads that work for some agents and leads that don't work for some agents. And it really just depends on the underwriter's appetite and the process that the lead, the process that was used to generate the lead in the first place. So I believe there's different ways to generate leads. There's different platforms, and I think the problem over the last decade or more for insurance agents is lead providers haven't taken into account underwriters' appetites, and they don't really have any care or concern for who the agent is and the company that they represent. So I'm going to show you the process. All right. So I'm not going to say that Quote Wizard or EverQuote provides bad leads or good leads. They provide leads, and I'm just going to give all lead providers the benefit of the doubt and say that they're truly advertising insurance, and people are requesting quotes. Let's just assume that's the baseline. We do know that sometimes even that's not the case. That some providers are telling people to fill out this survey, and they're going to win an iPad, and then all of a sudden people are quoting them for insurance. Obviously, that's garbage. That exists, and I'm sorry that you've had to deal with that from providers. I'm just talking about let's put everybody on, assuming that they're actually running insurance campaigns and they're getting leads. Here's why they're not working for you, okay? Number one, they're search-based strategies. 99% of lead providers are using what's called search-based strategies to target their traffic and generate leads. This means they're targeting keywords, they're using search engine optimization, they've got landing pages, doing pay-per-click, using Google or Bing or whatever platform it is that they're running their campaigns on. They've got blogs and they've got affiliates and things like that. And what's happening is that a best case scenario is they're targeting somebody's search habits online, like compare auto insurance rates in Dallas, Texas. Boom, the ads pop up and they end up filling out a form to request a quote. And that's good in the sense that you got somebody who's actually looking for insurance. The downside of that is that that person is primarily a price shopper. By the time they're at that stage in the buying process, I'm going to talk to you about the stages here in just a moment, they're just price driven. They're just looking to save money. For most agents, that's not going to work for you, especially if you're a captive agent. All right. And we don't know anything demographically about that type of lead. All we know is they were searching to shop for insurance, right? That could be a 21-year-old college kid eating Doritos in his mom's basement, and he's looking for liability coverage on his 1985 Hyundai, right? So that's another problem, right? They're not exclusive, right? Even if they are exclusive, they're not delivered in real time. That is the biggest problem in the industry right now, is your leads are not delivered in real time. So assuming that the lead is even legitimate, let's just assume that it actually was somebody who wanted to get an auto insurance quote or a home insurance quote. That could have been a week ago. It could have been a month ago. It could have been 6 months ago. And these companies are recycling this data over and over and over. That's why you might get the lead, call it in 2 seconds after getting it, and they're like, I already bought, quit calling me, because they filled it out a month ago, guys. So you got to understand, real time is a big, big deal. And outside of a live transfer, I don't know of any providers that are providing true real time leads. And our leads are exclusive and in real time, and they're targeted. So they're not targeting the traffic, they're not targeting the demographics. What we do is not search based. What we do is we take a disruptive marketing approach. So what we first and foremost consider is the demographics of the traffic. We don't want to show our ad to the people that don't meet our demographics. I don't care how interested they are. So number one, we're targeting people that are interested, not shopping. That's a big distinction, and I'll explain that when we go through the buying stages. But we're also targeting demographics. So I want to look at making sure that we have the right person, because if you get the right ad in front of the right person at the right time, boom, that's when you got a good lead. So we're looking at things like age, gender, geography. We're even looking at things like educational levels. We're looking at job titles that they might have, industries that they might work in, family demographic makeup. We're looking at household income, all of these factors that we first and foremost say they have to fit this mold, because we know that's what your underwriter's wheelhouse looks like. And if they fit that, and they also fit these other things like interest and life events, then we're going to show them the ad. And that's why our contact rates are so much higher and our conversion rates are so much higher than the industry. I'm not saying that they're better leads. I'm just saying for 90% of our client base that happens to be captive agents or the independent agents that are looking for what I call A plus clientele, they just work better because they're more targeted in that way. It doesn't mean that a search-based, compare auto insurance, rates near me isn't a good lead. It's just a different lead, and for most, that doesn't work. So if that's not working for you, I think this might work for you because it's something completely different than what you're used to buying. So we've got over 5,000 data points on over 200 million Americans that Facebook has that they make available to marketers, and we use this disruptive platform to find people that are not just shopping for insurance, but they're interested in insurance. So we want to get them before they go shopping. And that's, I think, one of the key differences of what we do from other lead providers is we find these folks that fit the demographic criteria that are interested, and we know they're interested by the posts that they might put, the websites that they go to. We can target them by the carriers that they might have. So I know if somebody is insured with State Farm, and I know State Farm just took 18% in Cincinnati, Ohio, I can target that person, right? So we look at that and we take a very logical, data-driven approach to how we target our traffic. We know that there's certain life events that happen that make somebody want to need or talk to an insurance agent. Things like buying a car, buying a house, getting married, getting divorced, getting engaged. All of these things, we can also use these life events to our advantage. So I always say, think of it like digital, like direct mail on steroids and gone digital, right? So if let's say you had 10,000 people in a neighborhood that you wanted to prospect, or in a city that you wanted to prospect, and you knew that was a good area of houses that you wanted to insure, but you didn't know anything about that particular resident in each house, right? That's mailing. You'd say, well, I know that's a good area, and I know that if they live there, they'll probably have good jobs. So we really don't know. But the level of insight that we have would be like taking that 10,000 person area and knowing every situation in every household. We know that at 123 Apple Street, they're getting married, they've got 3 cars, they make $100,000. We know that their neighbor has a baby on the way. We know the guy in house number 3 is getting divorced. We know the guy number 4 just got a new job. We know the guy number 5, we know everything that's happening. So we're able to send a very specific message to that very specific person. That's exactly the strategy that we're using. So we also use things like retargeting to track people who have clicked on other ads, that have apps on their phones. So if you've ever had that experience where you go online and you're like, wow, that's so weird. I was just talking about rollerblades, and all of a sudden you see rollerblades pop up in your news feed and on your Pandora and on YouTube. That's the same strategy that we're using. I won't get too deep into the mechanics of what we're doing, like how we're doing it, but understand on a call that we can get into the real nitty gritty, or we have another demonstration that's in depth on the mechanics of how it's done. But listen, guys, there's 4 key stages in the shopping journey. You've got stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Stage 4 is where 99% of your lead providers that you're currently buying leads from are spending their time, effort, and energy. And that's why most of the time you think that people are only interested in price. It's because you're only marketing to these people at the very tip of the buying funnel that are just interested in price. What we do is we focus on stage 2. So we find our leads before they go shopping. We start targeting them based on triggers, life triggers, things that are going on in their life. Like I said, having a baby, job, rates go up, they just bought a car, they just bought a house. So we find them before they go shopping, around the triggers, when we know that something's happening in their life to make them need or want to talk to an insurance agent, and we catch them and we create that shopping event. So they didn't wake up and decide, hey, we need to go shop for insurance today, but instead it's like, hey, we've got a baby on the way, and oh wow, now we just saw this life insurance ad, or something along those lines. So we find them earlier in the shopping, in the buying funnel, so that you can get somebody that's actually value driven, who wants to see more than just a price, right? And if you think about the type of customers that you're wanting, if you want college educated, married, homeowner, good job, right? Good money, these people are going to be interested in more than saving $10 a month, right? So we have a very precise way that we target these people. We have the transparency to show you the types of ads that they're going to be seeing, so that you know exactly how to approach these people. And we're going to sit down with you and onboard you and find out the type of customer that you're looking for. And we've got a very successful strategy with a long track record of success. We've worked with more than 1,800 insurance agency owners, and we've had an incredible success rate over the last 5 years. We've generated hundreds of thousands of leads, and our clients in just the last year have written over $10 million of new business in just the last 12 months. We're not set up to work with thousands of agents. We only allow a couple of agents in any given market, because at any point in time, only 3% of the market is actively shopping for insurance. So we can't saturate a market and have 10 people in Dallas, Texas that we're running ad campaigns for, because we're not going to have enough leads. Because you got to think, not only is there only 3% of the population that's actively looking for insurance, you've also got this very small demographic within that 3% that your underwriters even want to work with. So there's only so many people that we're going to be able to get in front of, right? And we want to make sure that our agents that we work with are getting leads consistently they're getting the accurate leads on a consistent basis. You're not going to go days without getting leads, and you're going to get predictable results. So we look at, again, demographics, interests, life events, what carriers they're with, different shopping events, and consumer behaviors, to make sure that we're putting our ads in front of the right people. We've got an arsenal of resources that we provide. We've got over 250 different proven ad campaigns that we've used that produce P&C, auto only, home only, life only, 401k rollovers, health, Medicare, any line of insurance that you could possibly need. We're able to generate those leads, deliver them in real time. Our campaigns are proven. We've got tons and tons. I could drown you with social proof and testimonials that we've gotten over the years. We're going to look at a couple of examples, but not only that, when a lead comes in, it's delivered in real time. It's exclusive. We send an automatic text message to that lead. Nothing is branded to you, although it can be for those of you that have the ability to run branded campaigns. We can do that. But as far as the captive agents, no issue with compliance. We're not running anything from your pages. This is all our marketing. The difference between what we're doing and these other guys is we're actually exposing the targeting. We're exposing the strategy. We're showing you what's going on behind the scenes so that you understand and your team can approach these leads the right way. We also give you, we send out an automatic text to drive calls into your office. We get them to set their own appointments, to auto book appointments, so that you're not chasing people around. All of this happens within the cost of this of our program. Okay, we don't have any contracts. Okay, there's no There's no minimum monthly commitments or anything like that. Obviously, we do have discounts for bulk purchases or for 90-day agreements, things like that. But we're also looking at automatic emails that go out on your behalf um, to those leads, and you're notified anytime that they engage and open. So it's all about timing, guys. It's all about getting in front of that person at the right time, and our system is going to help you do that. We've got a proven targeting approach that we've been, like I said, we've been doing this for years. We know what your underwriters want. We've got a long history of success with every carrier that you can imagine: Allstate, State Farm, Nationwide, Liberty Mutual, independent agents. We've been able to work with every type of agent, whether you're inexperienced or experienced. You've got a large team, you're high volume, low volume, urban market, rural market. Our strategies simply work. Our agents are typically reporting 18 to 28% conversion in the first 30 days. I'm not saying this is like magic, guys, okay? You're not going to close 100%, but I am telling you it's different, okay? 18 to 28% may not sound like magic to your ears, but I'm telling you, that's 3 to 4 times higher than the industry average. And I'm telling you, I know why the industry has burned you, and it's not necessarily that they're selling you crap, although there is about half of the companies out there selling garbage. There are reputable lead companies, and the reason you still haven't had success with those is because of everything I mentioned here before. We really truly have a good handle on this industry and what it takes to be successful. We've got agents that provide a ton of resources. We do training calls. We give you resources like scripts, email scripts, phone scripts, a 4-day sales process of how to close these leads based on field proven results from our active clients. So we share that information with you. We want you to be successful. You're going to have higher value leads. Most of our leads are households with 3 or more items. You're getting higher premium cases. You're getting people that retain longer. Most of our leads have been with their carriers for 5 years or more, which means they've been through a slew of rate increases, which means they're probably aggravated with their company, and it's time for them to switch. And you're going to look that much more competitive, and you're going to be a breath of fresh air, because not only are you going to have value that you're bringing to the table, but you're going to have hit them at the right time, and you've made the process easy to shop with you, and they're not going to get blown up by 50 other agents like they are through other outlets. These are some of the ad campaign types that we use. Again, we've got branded, non-branded, just depends on what you're looking for. We run on thousands of sites to get our leads. Not only are we just running Facebook campaigns, but thousands of partner sites, banner ads on major websites like CNN, Business Insider, a whole slew of those. Again, I've got a much more detailed mechanics of how we actually run these leads. Most companies aren't even going to tell you that. They're just going to say, hey, we got leads. But I think it's important to understand the difference here. Here's just a couple of examples, and I'll be off of this call for you guys. But this was an insurance agent. He got 270 exclusive leads in 90 days. This is what the lead form looks like. So you can see he got 4 cars on here, 5 cars on here, scheduled the callback time, all the contact information. This particular agent did an amazing job with these 270 leads, was able to write $153,000 of new business premium. Some of you guys that are getting 25% compensation, that is $38,000 of commission. The 270 leads cost him $5,400. Again, this is a higher volume. I know some of you may not be looking for that kind of volume, but I just want to show you that at scale, for those of you that are larger volume, whether you need 20 leads a month, 30 leads a month, or you need 100 leads a month, our solution will work for you. The ROI on just a basic 10% commission with this type of premium, you're looking at $10,000 profit margin here, $15,000 of new business commissions. This is going to put you into awards and recognition. It's going to get you consistency. This is a scalable model, something that you can depend on. Listen, you're not going to grow and scale an agency, and you can't depend and rely on referrals and cross sells. Just not going to happen for you. Okay. Here's another one with life insurance, life only. We have life only leads. We also have a life option on our P&C leads. They can ask for life insurance. So you'll see some of our leads asking for auto, home, and life quotes all in one lead, same price, doesn't cost anything extra. This particular agent saw 135 exclusive life leads in 90 days, contact rates over 68%. was able to write $90,000 of premium in 90 days with our life insurance campaign. This was just 1 week of results. He wrote $8,300 in premium. Now this was a life only agent who had a 55% commission, so he made an enormous amount of money. But even if you're a P&C agent, this kind of life premium is going to put you into any top award bracket that you could possibly want. It costs the guy $2,700. You can't beat that. Here's just an email that we got from one of our clients. Just wanted to shoot you a message about a new client that I got through the campaigns. Here's the policies: 3 autos, 1 home, 1 umbrella, 5 rental properties, $10,000 in premium in 1 lead, guys. And this is not like astronomical. This happens all the time. The type of targeting that we're using are, we're getting people that have multiple cars, homes, umbrellas, life insurance. You're getting the whole household. You're not just getting an auto lead or a home lead or a renter's lead. We're targeting the household. And when we're looking at targeting people like engineers, doctors, lawyers, accountants, people that are IT managers, bank executives, we know the types of people to get in front of, and we're able to get you these large premium cases. Our average premium that folks are selling are anywhere between $2,300 and $3,300 of annual premium per lead that's coming through. But it's not uncommon whatsoever for people to write, tell us about 4 and 5 car households, $6,000 and $8,000 premium households. Here's a guy who was able to increase his income $10,000 a month in 60 days working with us. He went from making 10 grand a month in commissions to over $20,000 a month. Go to SureFireDigitalMedia.com. Give us a call, 214-225-0193. Fill out the form, live chat with us. Hit us up, guys. I want to just talk with you and show you. I'm not saying that we're the best in the world. I'm not saying that you're going to have a 100% success rate. There may be some leads that you get that are bad. That's always going to happen. I'm being real with you guys. What we're doing is different. It's just a different way to approach lead generation. And it just so happens that right now in this market in 2020, this is what's working best for most of the agents that I see come across my desk. And I talk with at least 100, 150 agents a month. We're very selective. There's only a limited number of spots that we can take. So your spot may not be open right now, but you could get on the waiting list for the next time that it does open up. But just give us a call. See if there's something more you want to learn, if you want to watch more about how we do this. But it's just something different. You can go and buy leads anywhere. There's 1,000 lead providers out there. You can go and burn hundreds of dollars and keep on this hamster wheel that you've been on for year after year after year. I wanted to do this presentation to show you that we're not just selling leads. I'm not just telling you, oh, we got better leads. I want you to understand why I'm telling you these are different and why it seems to be working for most agents. But by all means, if you want to go back to doing whatever you were doing, you can do that. You can go buy shared leads and data and throw money away. But at least now you'll know why it's not working because it's the process of how they were generated. Our process is different and it simply works. I'd love to have the opportunity to chat with you, go to work for you, put some leads into your agency, let you see exactly what we're doing. Try us out, guys. There's no contracts. Hit us up, 214-225-0193 or SureFireDigitalMedia.com.